Peace to the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast. To the gang, peace to the gang. Welcome back to Quit the Cat Podcast. It's your boy BP alongside the Bishop.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we have a special guest with us today.
Yes.
Mr. Robert Webb Williams.
Worldwide Web.
Worldwide Webb.
I like to
Oh, they're making me blush.
Listen,
I seen Webb De Niro. I thought that was kind of hard. I thought you was a rapper for a minute.
Now listen, right? So
You a rapper?
I can rap.
listen,
I'm serious.
We gonna get into it, y'all. We gonna get
rap a
into
little
it.
bit.
Listen. So I am, and I wanted you on here because I'm intrigued by you. Not just your posts, but I see an energy from you, the way you live, and just the way it's the way you think. So I appreciate it because it touches, like they say, when you think and you have a thought process and it's in a certain realm, you connect with people that. There's frequencies that I believe that, like when you see keywords and people see things, and you see people doing things that you would love to do, and they're doing it, and they're normal, and they're not. It's a vibe to it. So I was like, man, I said to my wife, I said, you know who I gotta get on there? She was like, oh, I said Webb. She said, yeah, he'll be perfect for that. so I was like, yo, it came, and that's them things where it came to you. And I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, let me reach out to bro and get him on here.
It's funny though. Like I get offers all the time. I usually decline, but
Okay.
I fool with you. Like
I appreciate that. I remember one time he was in on a session and we was working out. This session turned into like 2 hours.
Right.
It was so much information going. It was like I don't know what it turned into. It was like it went from religious philosophy to black economics to
everywhere.
It was the conversation just went. It was crazy, and it was like so many smart, intelligent people in the room with different opinions, and it was like it wasn't a dumb conversation. And I was just in there like, yo, bro, he be on to something. Like he adds some joking in there with it,
right?
Because it's like he's like smacks you and then ease the blow with his post. So it's like you can laugh, ha ha ha, but hit it, but you got to reflect on it, and that's what I appreciate.
it's a method to the madness for sure.
I want to know the method because I'm just now meeting you for the first time.
Likewise.
And I'm like, I seen the post. I'm like, oh, brother's lit. Brother's lit. I'm like, oh, this Jones looks nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what does this brother do, and how can I be a part? You know what I mean? What you doing?
And also, do I need to give you a starting place? Do you want to start at the beginning, or where you want to jump in at? Because
It depends.
I can put you in areas. 'Cause I got some questions for you.
Go.
So, but we can let you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Give us a breakdown first, and then we'll go to the question.
We'll go to here.
I would say I'm an entrepreneur, but I really don't even want to own a business because it's a lot of work to me. Like,
Okay.
so I'm kind of at the point where I'm going to say trying. What I'm currently doing, I invest in stocks, real estate, cryptocurrency, stuff like that. But the ultimate goal to me is just to be a VC, venture capitalist.
Okay.
Just hear people's ideas, let them pitch their businesses to me.
Right.
Okay.
And I just invest. My goal is to just put money in places and bring it back more than I put it.
Okay.
No work for real
Right.
besides due diligence on people's business.
Okay, that's dope.
But, I just think you just can't be scared. That's all. Like,
Okay.
And I think being scared is just a lack of confidence. Like a lot of people just don't have confidence. They fake like they have confidence.
Okay.
But if they had real confidence, they would step out. Like a lot of people have a vision for how they want their life, but they don't try to get it.
Okay.
Too scared.
I like it.
Like I talk to people all the time. They're like, oh, well, I'm at my job because of the health care or the health benefits.
Right.
And I'm like, I've met people that left $200,000-$300,000 a year jobs to chase their dream. You have a $40,000. You can find that job anytime.
Yes,
Right.
Yes. It is
Like
still
chase your
there.
dream. Like that's my outlook. Like to me, if everything doesn't work out, I'll go get a job.
Right.
Okay.
Like if I get a job, I mean I couldn't figure it out no more.
Right.
This is plan B. Like I think they trick us into certain things.
I believe
We're socially programmed to believe certain things are right, and we just follow them.
Right.
Okay.
Like a big thing to learning to me is unlearning a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Great point.
Yes.
Gotta unlearn a lot of things.
Yes.
Like being programmed to
Yes.
believe that you should work 5
Yes.
days a week and have 2 off. I think that's
Yes.
insane.
Yes.
It is
It's
insane.
insane.
It's craziness.
Yeah, but
Right.
a lot of people don't know anything else. Even with all this technology, all these smartphones,
Yes.
everything. I don't know. It's just
I heard that. I'm trying to think of a quote. I hate misquoting. It said, "With all the information that we know and yet to still try is ignorance. Not to still try is ignorance.
Yeah.
Like it's the ignorance on our part.
Right.
With all the knowledge that we have.
I get people hitting me up asking me like, "Hey, put me on and stuff," and I'm thinking like, "Put you on? It's not the dope game.
Right,
It's not a rap song.
Yes.
I can't just put you on.
Right,
like,
right.
This is decades of reading, researching, trial, error, tons of money lost. Like, I swear my education costs more than Harvard, Yale,
Dang, word.
Brown put together.
Okay.
Dang.
Real.
Word. Word.
So, I mean, I can't just tell somebody, like, even, like, when somebody even tell me to teach them something, I'll tell them something like this. I say, all right, somebody taught Michael Jordan.
Right.
Somebody taught Whitney Houston how to sing, even though she could sing.
Yes.
But you will never be them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if I teach you what I know, you're not going to have the risky versions of me.
Okay.
You're not going to take the
You
chances
didn't
I
take
take.
enough shots.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't taking
And
enough
then,
shots.
and a lot of people think that it takes a lot of money to get to places. And I'm like, nah, it takes a lot of good decisions.
Yes.
Right. Good point. I
Yeah,
like
it takes
that.
a lot of winning.
Right, right, right.
And feeling like a winner. You can't win if you don't feel like a winner.
But winners know winners, though.
Yeah.
No, you can feel the energy.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people try to hang out with me, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, nah, you're a
Yeah.
loser. And I just say, I say that too.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, because I gamble, and I'll be like, they be like, yo, I want to go to the casino with you. And I'm like,
Yo.
I know why you want to go with me because I
Right.
win, but I don't want to
They
be.
think you're a lucky charm for them.
Yeah, but I'll be like, you got bad energy, and I don't want that around me. I know why you want to go with me because I'll be winning. I'm
Right.
like first time when they ask me, can I go to the casino with you? I say, do you win? They be like, nah. I'm like, well, why would I want to go with you?
Right.
And I'm not trying to be smart. I'm being straight up.
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to be in there, you're going to be in there losing, crying, and
Right.
oh, man, that's just going to drain me.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Then I gotta leave early because of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I ain't,
not leaving.
I ain't leaving.
I'm going to be in there partying in your face. I'm going to feel a little bad. But I'm going to be in there partying and be like, oh, you over there getting cracked.
You said not because you were loser.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm serious, though.
I'm not pointing at y'all because I love y'all. Y'all good. But
I
that was
respect-
great.
that was
Let's go.
good.
Yeah.
That was good. Listen, because it is. It's
I mean, people
definitely-
even know that they don't be winning. That's what's up. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for real, you can be losing,
Okay.
but as long as you stay consistent and keep, you will eventually win. But a lot of people
Right.
just give up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm past the hanging around
So
that type of energy.
So let me
Absolutely.
So are people's
Absolutely.
breaking points of giving up is real earlier? I mean, they give up quicker nowadays because they want what you have right away.
I know we live in a microwave society.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants things instantly, or they see stuff happen instantly, or they have a perception of even what somebody with money or somebody rich is. They have a perception that they got it like
Yes.
this,
Right.
or it happens a certain way. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. I was in a barbershop, and they just kept talking about, well, if I was a millionaire, or millionaires do this and that. And I was like, what y'all talking about is like the exact opposite of a millionaire. It's like people had a perception of a millionaire is like partying and
Right.
spending a bunch of money, but
Right.
you wouldn't have the money. The average millionaire worked 30, 40, 50 years,
Yes.
Right.
saved every penny, sacrificed, was frugal, not the stuff that people
Right.
see.
Right.
So, I don't know.
They see instant millionaires because a lot of instant millionaires
Because they get all the publicity.
Yeah, they
That's
get
what
all
you
the
see out
publicity,
there.
right.
So what
They don't
does-
see the person that
What's the instant millionaire look like? If that was a thing, the new is microwave. If
It's like the TikTok.
I mean,
stars,
yeah, right.
The fake
Somebody
jewelry and the fake rappers.
I mean, somebody can make $1 million in a year, or a couple million in a year. I mean, like a social influencer, like you said.
So if you make it that fast, do you blow it that fast?
I mean, for me, probably. Yeah. I mean, it's not just the making; it's the you knowing you have the ability to keep making. it.
Okay.
Then you probably would risk or blow it
Okay.
faster.
Right.
But if you come into a lump sum of money, if you're smart, then you
Okay.
wouldn't blow it
So-
as fast.
So in that process, you have to, before you can get to that, you have to be conscious along the way of how you're making it and what you're doing in order to feel that way to be able to make it and blow it, and to know that I can make it. Does that something that has to click to say, okay, I'm making this money so I can spend it?
I've seen blow is subjective.
Okay.
So
yes. Yes.
you know me, I don't really waste money. I mean, to other people it might be a waste because I gamble a lot and sometimes I lose, it'll be a waste. But it's always trying to make more money. But for
Okay.
real, for the most part, every time I get money, I'm trying to find something else to
Okay.
make money off of.
Okay.
Right.
So,
So so let's say your gambling side,
mhm.
that's one side, right? But you don't have other habits that you. I mean, so you're not
Besides
spending
smoking
here.
weed?
No, I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about.
That's
other
about
spending,
my biggest
other
expense
spending habits. Okay, so then
that I
there's
would
no
say is
other,
not productive.
Okay, then that's what I
And
was
that's, I
asking.
think that's
That's
productive
what
because
I
it
was
makes
getting
me creative. I mean, I have ADHD, so it calms me down a little, and
Okay.
and like I only sleep like 2 or 3 hours a day. So
Really?
Mm.
yeah,
So how does that keep your brain fresh with that?
like I don't know. Like I
Do
can
you
just
take
go.
naps?
Yeah, that's all I take. I don't
Okay.
sleep for real. I just take like 2 hour naps a day.
Okay.
So are you? So when you're thinking, what are you always thinking about? Like, are some thoughts beneficial,
Wow.
or some? So what? So in your thought process of a day, how many thoughts are you would say with the lack of sleep, and where? How many is?
I mean, let me
Frugal
give you a map out of my day.
Okay, yes.
All right, so my day usually.
That's one of my questions. So thank you.
Oh, I was say my day usually starts probably 3 a.m.
Mm.
Sometimes 1 a.m. But I would say 3 because it usually ends around 12 or 1. But it usually starts about 3 a.m. The pre-markets for the stock starts at 4 a.m. because the market in Europe is 9.
Okay.
It's 5 hours ahead, so
Okay.
it's 4 a.m. So I'm studying, watching the pre-market, looking at what's called the futures to see, get a hint to where the market's going to go that day. And I'm doing that until 9 a.m. Then the market opens at 9:30, and I'm just trading till 4 the market close. Then they have aftermarket at 8, and I still look a little bit in the aftermarket. But usually at 4, I start checking the games I'm going to bet on for the day.
Okay.
And I take my son to boxing at 5. Like, what day is really jam packed?
Okay.
But then I'm watching sports after his boxing. I'm watching sports like 8 till like midnight, and I'm betting, watching the games, betting in between the games or whatever. And then in the middle of the night, if I stay up all night, I'll read about stocks or real estate,
Okay.
million things.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
That's
I do.
That's super dope.
So and in that is your freedom because you love what you do, and so it's on your time and how you do it, and that's daily. So you can do that anywhere.
Yes. I mean, the biggest thing to me is freedom. Like
Okay.
outside of your health and your time,
Yeah.
freedom. Like all those are the most important, way more important than money. Money gives you access
Yes,
to that
yeah.
thing. I think money's just it's a bartering tool. It's
Yeah.
a modern day bartering
Yeah.
tool. You trade it for what you really want.
Right.
People try to get it, but they don't even know what they really even want it for.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's true.
you trade
It's
money
very
for what you
true.
like. If you want to work less hours, you save some money.
Right.
You have money, like, all right, well, I have to take off a little
Yeah.
more often.
Yeah.
Even though I don't have any time off,
Yeah.
I can take off without pay or whatever. And then those days that you have more time, figure out a way to make more income.
Yes.
Seriously. I mean, it's easy to make money in today's,
Yes.
like,
Yeah, I agree.
easy.
I agree.
Like, my first internet hustle was retail arbitrage.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I
Like-
did that too.
Yeah, I was doing it on eBay in like 2003, 4, 5. I used to buy things and just throw them back on the course.
Yeah, flip
I used to sell tickets to sporting events because I love sports.
Right.
Right.
Sell tickets to sporting events, or I would all the like Super Bowl, All Star, boxing, all they're predated, so you know beforehand a year or two
Yeah,
in
right.
advance. So I would get hotel rooms like 6 months, a year in advance for regular price. Then a month beforehand, kill them.
Run them up.
Yeah. So I had a lot of little hustles until it got to the point where none of them was. They
Okay.
didn't. I make way more money easier now.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
like, he had the Super Bowl and everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh,
Everywhere. Oh, yeah, everywhere.
So was this always your mind state, even as a kid?
Since
or how's
6.
That? Since 6.
6. It's funny. I had these conversations with my mom because I talked to. I tell her like I got in trouble when I was 18, 19. I was like, if I would have never got in trouble, I'd have been on Wall Street. And she was like, no, I don't think so because you never wanted to work for anyone. Like, and I always remember that. I always remember my mom coming home from work every day, and she's like, you go to the same place every day after day. And I thought that was insane when I
Right.
was a kid.
Right.
But as far as like gambling and taking risks, that started when I was 6.
you started gambling and taking risks.
Yeah, I started playing bingo at 6.
I was about to say, how did you understand and comprehend that?
I remember because I was 6 years old, and the reason I remember is it was a bus trip. My mom took me to Disney World when I was 6. So, and on a bus trip, like it was a really long, like a 9-day bus trip, like 3 days down, stayed there 3 days or 4 days, and like 3 days back. But on a bus trip, they were playing bingo on the bus, and I was winning like crazy. I was winning all types of stuff. Like I was winning wine, I was winning all types of stuff, stuff I couldn't even have. I was just winning.
Right.
Yeah.
So I felt like I liked that. So then, like when I was 8, I was playing for the Packers, and they were selling 50-50 raffles, so I used to buy those, and I would win.
Right.
And it just kept progressing. So
you
every
time
time,
while you was playing,
yeah, when I was a kid, I would buy them. And it's funny. I remember when I was a kid, I used to think they were cheap for white people. So I would go on the other side and buy one ticket, and then come on, and buy another ticket on. I swear I did.
Word.
But I used to win. I remember, like I was like maybe 9. I won like $280 from the 50-50 raffle. I was so hyped. But then after that, like always been a hustler. I cut grass, shovel snow.
Right.
I had my first job at 11. I worked at St. Stephen's, cleaning. I was cleaning desks. It was terrible. I was scraping gum off the bottom of desks in the summer. Then by 12, I was selling Avon and Stanley products. My grandma used to sell them. So I started seeing her make money off of that. Anytime I see money getting passed around, I wanted to learn it when I was a kid.
Right.
So I started selling Avon and Stanley products, going around, and people would just buy them just because they seen a kid. They be like, I don't really want anything, but I'll buy some lipstick. Just keep. So it just kept me motivated. But I've always been a hustler, and of course, the Stanley products progressed to weed. But I think that was more of I started smoking weed. And I was like, man, I keep spending my money on this.
Right.
I'm going to get a bigger amount and sell half and smoke for free. That's
the good old trick of the century. You're like, this got to make sense.
Yeah, I was like, I keep spending too much on it. And then that just progressed into something ridiculous.
Okay. Oh, ridiculous. Okay.
I know him on that level, too.
Okay, understand.
But it's still the same mindset. Like, even in that, it's a business. It's like you have to keep track of inventory. You have to keep your books. You have customers. And it's all the same mindset. Even the people I see doing good now in business used to be hustlers. So they had a mindset. It just was, they were putting it to the wrong thing.
Right, absolutely.
So, but mindset's everything. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer that your mindset is a reflection of your reality.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm a very firm believer in that.
Right.
So when people tell me a lot of stuff, I'll just be like, yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
You can tell me a lot, but like I'm not seeing nothing you talking about.
Listen.
Nothing you talking about.
It's crazy.
I'm like, seriously.
Yes. Absolutely. That's the sickness to me. Like when somebody telling you looking like, yo, do you not know your thoughts create your environment?
Yes.
Do you not know that your feelings
I don't think
is a
some
reflection?
people know that or believe that.
Man, it's so crazy. You know, I feel like if you're, because we all grew up, and that's why I look at you like your environment never had, it shaped us, but it didn't control. You see, it didn't control you. I feel like it was a time where my environment did control me. But I could always, even then, like you, even in the streets, right? You had this. I used to sit in the barbershop. I watch him come in, and then I hear the numbers, and I'm like, I'm out here hustling my stuff. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like, what is he doing out here? I used to see him come to the barbershop, and they talking numbers, and I'm like, he's talking stuff above everybody in there, but everybody in the barbershop is listening because, like, yo, he's not making this up. Like, it sounds so surreal, like, is he? But he's telling you things, and it's like, yo, and then he, like, fact-checked me. He was a straight fact-check me. Go check it. You know,
I don't even want people to believe me. I like to tell people stuff, and I'm like, don't believe me, because I want you to do your own research. And I know, I ain't going to say all the time, of course, the majority of the time be right. The large majority, 80-90% of the time.
And
you would bet on that?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if I don't know something, I just say I don't know. Even if I kind of know, I'm like, I don't really know, but if you want my opinion, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
But when I know something, I'll stand firm on it, fight anybody about it, all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm 100% sure about this.
So tell us a little bit about. I know you travel a lot, so I admire that you. I was like, yo, is he going? He like, yeah, your Taco Tuesday. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going
to eat tacos.
I actually thought about like really. I wasn't even capping. I really thought about going to Mexico. It's not just because of that. It's pretty inexpensive. So I go there. It's a lot of my traveling. I'm a frugal dude, so I find a lot of trips for cheap. Okay. And when you have a lot of time, you got time to research.
Right.
So I find a lot of stuff for cheap. So I can get to Mexico $500-$600.
Yeah.
That's chill.
I was like, man, he's just on the go.
But I'm just waiting for my son to get older. My ultimate goal is to be visiting here. I want to be a nomad. I want to go places. I want to be one-way web.
Okay.
I just pick one way, go there, and when I'm tired of being there, then go somewhere else and just bounce around.
So
I'm just waiting for my son to be grown.
So
it's way cheaper.
It's way cheaper?
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand how many resources they have because they live in America. It's like, I hear a lot of people complain about, I have friends, say, in Cali, and they're like, oh, it's so expensive. Well, move to Mississippi. You'll be up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the thing about being a slave. People think being a slave meant that you're not getting paid or something. No, that means that you're trapped. You don't have no freedom.
Yes,
your liberty's going.
Yes. Right.
So a lot of people have a slave mentality. The majority of people never move more than 60 miles outside of where they grew up from. So because they feel that security, they're comfortable. No one likes to be. I'm very comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay. I love to put myself in uncomfortable situations. So I like to travel places and just figure it out. I told my son, I'd be like, that's probably my biggest mantra to my son. Every time, smart people figure it out.
Yeah.
That's all I just keep saying.
Yeah.
Yo, smart people figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to create uncomfortable situations for myself. Not toxic, uncomfortable situations, but
I'm gonna give you an example. All right, I found a flight to Spain for $200.
Okay.
I just bought it. Didn't even do any research, nothing, and just went. I got there. I didn't even do anything till I got there. I looked up the hotel rooms. I was in Madrid. Nothing was under $500 or $600 a night. I told him I'm frugal. I'm like, oh no, I can't stay here.
Yeah.
So I hop on a train.
How much is that? Our money is the same? That's how much you're talking about?
I'm talking U.S.
U.S. money? Fuck.
Yeah, I'm talking U.S.
What kind of hotels was these?
They were regular for real. It was expensive. I don't know why everything was so expensive. But anyway, I went to, it all worked out. I got on a train. Their trains are amazing. So I got on a train, went over to a city called Valencia. It's on the coast of Spain. I went there. I stayed in a hostel for the first time in my life.
Wow.
First time ever. I thought I would never do it, but now that ain't bad. It was $20 a night.
That's where they made the movies where they were stealing organs.
Probably, I don't know. Oh. It was $20 a night. It was crazy because for $20, they gave you a welcome drink and a meal, and they gave you tours to stuff in the city. It was amazing. I had an amazing time there, but I only stayed there, I think, a day or two. And then I took the train back to Madrid, stayed at another hostel, had a ball there. But long story short, I was uncomfortable as heck. I didn't know anything. I can't say I was uncomfortable because I'm kind of used to putting myself in those situations. Okay. But I love it. I just love figuring it out. I never even heard of Valencia or anything. Right. I just looking for somewhere inexpensive to stay, hopped on the train and went. On the way back, though, I had a really language barrier problem. I couldn't, I know a little Spanish, but I still was having a problem. So I'm asking people to help me, to sign in on Wi-Fi on the train. And I bumped into this German guy, and he's like, oh shit, yes, I haven't spoke English in 5 years. He was actually happy that he could. Yeah,
he was hype about that.
I said, "How many languages do you know?" He said, 4 or 5. I said, "Oh my god!" And then that's another thing that I'm gonna see. I got ADD. I'm gonna be jumping around. But anyway, that's another thing I noticed traveling. Most people I meet know at least 2 languages. At least.
I've heard that.
At least 2. When I asked him what languages he said Portuguese, Spanish, German, Dutch, and Italian. And he said he was learning Mandarin at the time.
Wow.
And he was a young kid, like in his 20s. It's like, wow, man. So me and him still cool. He likes NBA basketball. We still talk. Like that trip, I probably met the most people because in the hostel, like I met so many people from around South Africa, Brazil. I have like 20 friends that I still am in contact. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. To this day, like that was a dope experience.
That sounds dope.
I'm jealous in a good way. They make jealous. Like,
Yeah, I know. Like Kanye was saying about the Jews.
It's not a bad
right.
emotion. Like they try to make it like jealousy is a good emotion. It's a good thing.
If utilized.
How you handle it
yes,
is
because
you go about it the wrong way.
I know your horizon is when you go places and you see things outside of what you're used to or what is, I'm gonna say, the normal.
Right.
It broadens your horizon.
Yeah.
You think differently. You see things differently where you're not going to come from a place of lack or a place of not believing you can do or see because you've seen so much that's so broader than the scope of what we see.
That and seeing a lot of stuff makes me grateful for the stuff that we have here. Like people here think they're broke; they have no clue.
Yeah.
Like I've been in places I'm eating and I throw the food in and they go dive right in from the rip, and I'm oh my god.
Yeah.
So like I've had women come up to me with emaciated babies, like, can you help my baby? Like, so I seem real poor, but yeah. So if people here kind of bother me, it kind of irks me. But I mean, like statistically, 2/3 of the world live off of less than $10 a day.
Yeah.
1/3 of the world live off of $3 a day. So, I mean, you could look at it as a negative or positive. To me, I see that, like, I have a list of, like, 30 countries where I could live for decent, for $1,500 a month. Like, good health care, good water, everything, because you got to check all that. Like, some places don't even have drinkable water. But, like, Portugal is a good spot, Colombia, Mexico. I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm so ready.
A man on a mission.
Yeah, he's gone.
So let me see what I got here.
I know, man. I got to talk about so
you're fine.
much.
No, that's dope, man.
So
I
much.
think this story is dope. Just the introduction. It's dope.
So let me ask you this,
Go ahead.
because I want to see, like, in your lifestyle and how you live and the freedom that you have. How do you have time for a relationship, or is that important to you, or is that something that you? Is there? Because I know, like, and I get it because we always look at women. Oh, you gotta be on this. Men feel that way too. Like, you gotta be mentally. You have to be
exactly.
Yeah. So how when you have seen so much and you how do that?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
This is so funny though. I mean, I've had this thought since I was 19. Like I dated an Eritrean. And it was like an amazing experience. And ever since then, I was like I thought like I wouldn't find my wife until I traveled the world. Seriously, even though like I've been with people here, long-term relationships, deep down inside, I always thought my wife was somewhere in another country. And the crazy thing that I'm even talking about it, I was in New Orleans, in one of those Palm Readers or whatever. I was in the airport and I was talking to her. She was like, keep traveling. I was like, why? She's like, you're going to find your wife. I was like, now, she could just say that because I'm in the airport and she didn't see a ring. Right. But still, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it matches up with what you're thinking already. So
right. And I'm real receptive to a lot of
signs.
Yeah. Like, even I believe in a lot of stuff, like numerology, numbers, like angel signs, like 1111, 111, those are my numbers. Like, I see them all the time.
Okay. 10911, all the time.
Wow.
A billion times. Like, every time, I don't see no other time.
I know. I might not look at I might not look at the time all day, and then I look 1111.
Yep.
Like, wow, amazing.
That'd be crazy.
Amazing.
That's so. I'm listening. So.
My bad. My bad. What?
Nah, about the lady. So how does she have to measure up?
Oh, I mean, listen. It's hard for me. Like, I mean, it's very hard because I don't even like for my lady to have a job, and I don't even mean like dependent on me. It's just I'm so spontaneous, and I want to do so much, and then they have to work. It's like it's so many issues. Like even like my last 2 relationships, I'm not gonna say like I think some of the problem was that they went to work every day, and like to go to work every day, and especially if you don't like your job, you happy, and I'm like, yo, I just made like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. The vibe ain't gonna be right. The vibe ain't gonna be right.
Yeah. And like my last relationship, I spent a lot of time trying to help them make money to get out of their job, but.
So it becomes like you're like not a tad, but you have to. Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean,
do you feel like you?
It's hard. I'm saying for real. I think it's hard. I think it's hard for it's hard for a woman to deal with me for real.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for a woman to accept my lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like to be going to all these events or functions and stuff and being trusting of that I'm not going to do that. Like the last person I was with, like the first couple months we were together, I went to All-Star Weekend and she was cool with it. I was like, oh wow,
Right.
That was like shocking to me, you know. So it's kind of hard. That's one aspect, and then I'm just I wouldn't say I think I don't know. I'm so alpha. I don't like women telling me what to do. Yeah, I know that's not going to sound good,
Say
but
what you gotta say.
yeah, like I don't really. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not compatible with a lot of women because a lot of women just are a lot really masculine to me, and
They want you to be a loser.
yeah, I'm like they want to tell me what to do, and I'm like I don't understand like how a woman would choose you and then try to micromanage you. That's what I'm gonna say. A woman's job to me in this regard would be to choose the man and let him lead. Like if you chose him, that means you were confident in your choice.
Right.
So choose him and then let him lead. Of course, he's not going to make all the right decisions, but they're going to be more right than wrong, and he's going to have you and your family in best interest. So that's all you can go. But the micromanaging of women, in my experience, I don't jive with. It's incompatible with my personality.
Yeah, because they have to think on that scale. No.
Yeah, I mean, not even that. It's just.
Do you give room?
If like I'm cool. Like people think debating is a bad thing. I love the debate as long as you're being sensible and making good points because everyone has a perspective.
Yes, and we're learning something.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm not going to argue facts.
Yeah.
Like if something's a fact, then you're gonna sit here and and I get into that with women. They be like, I feel, and I'm like, I don't really care how you feel. I'm sorry, I don't care how you feel because the fact is this. And I understand that they be like, well, I mean that's why.
Most of the time our feelings ain't right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do care. I want you to feel bad, but I mean, I don't care about how you feel if it's not correct. If it's not what that's not accurate. Like I don't want you to feel. I don't want you to leave the situation feeling like that. I was condescending because I've been told that, or like looking down on you. It's not that. It's just I just have like low tolerance for bullshit. I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Absolutely.
I can't do it.
Respectfully.
But it's funny, and I don't want to be smart, but usually people on a higher thinking level, we don't have those problems. Right. I usually have those issues with low vibing people.
Okay. Yeah.
And straight like that, for real. Like, people that are on this shit, they usually like, yeah, I got you.
Right.
Even if they don't agree, you still can understand the perspective. And that's huge. Some people, I don't even know where they coming from, what they talking about or nothing. I just like, yeah, well, man, we not compatible.
And that's how it is with some folks. You're just not compatible with everybody.
Right. I think that's what it is with a lot of people. Even when like relationships don't work out, like they be, oh, this person was bad or good. I don't even. Yeah, you don't even want to hear all my beliefs. I don't even believe. I don't even believe in bad or good. I think that's.
I've been learning. So it's funny you say that. I have been on my where I in this journey of that, not perceiving things as bad or good, but just looking at the situation.
It's all needed.
Yeah.
It's all necessary.
It's how you perceive it and what you take from it and what emotions and what thoughts you put to it. That's what makes the situation.
I say it like this. Look at it as nothing is happening to you, it's happening for you. Everything happens for you to grow.
Yeah.
Bad, good, what we interpret.
Right. Because stuff in life we can't change. So
it's like I give this to people. It's a story called The Chinese Farmer. You got to check it when you get a chance. But it's basically, it's a story about where things you think would be good or bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
So that's when the former son broke.
Right,
the law.
right. And this is all these things.
I
They're like,
said,
oh,
"Well, that's
everything.
good."
Right.
He said it's not bad or good.
Right.
And then the war
That's-
came and his son couldn't go because his arm.
Because you
was
never know
broken.
long term what it is.
Yes. So
And
it led to a thing.
And the
Yes.
stock market is something similar.
Okay.
It's a saying called "when in doubt, zoom out." So meaning like looking at the bigger picture.
Yes.
Like the day it looks rocky and all messed up, but if you look out 1 year, 5 years, you'll see. Like on a chart, you'll see like in a week it might be like this.
Yeah.
But if you zoom out to 5 years, you'll see it straight like that. And you're like, yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. But during the time when you're in the moment, you sweating it like, oh my God, I'm
Right.
So is that vision?
What do you mean?
Is that vision to be able to look ahead or how
Vision.
you
I mean, it's knowledge. Like if you're knowledgeable of the stock market long term, it's always been successful.
Okay.
Long term in the history of stock market, you never lose long term. Short term, of course,
Okay.
but 10, 15 years guaranteed return 8-10%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's way better than having your money in the bank and
Right.
most other things, you know. But I mean, it's so many things to invest in, like, and it's so many ways. Like we have technology, we have access to so many investments that we never had access to. Like you can
Right.
invest in Rembrandts and Picassos now.
Mm.
Like people think you have to have a lot of money to invest in real estate. You can invest in real estate with $10, $5, $100 because they have what's called real estate investment trusts. They're on the stock market and you can buy them. And they're investment in commercial real estate. So you have like Kroger's,
Okay.
Walmart's. You can invest in those buildings with a little bit of money and just keep doing it. But it's not a get rich overnight.
Right, yeah,
It's
right.
20, 30 year, 40.
Yes.
People don't want to do that.
Right.
They don't want to do that. If I tell somebody like, yo, if you do this for 10 years, you'll have $100,000. They're like, 10 years?
Not me. Shoot.
Right. And I'd be like,
That's a
yo,
good investment.
right. And I'd be like, yo, like, you're 40 and you don't have $100,000.
Right, right.
Ooh.
So why not?
That's what I do. Like you talking about the barbershop. That's what I liked about Love Bug. Like he's a sensible person. Like he was like, nah, 20 years ago fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, it will.
And he actually, another thing, like a lot of people ask me for advice, and I tell them like, yo, you can go talk to a certified financial planner that knows way more than me, and they'll talk to you for free. And people don't even do that. They'll tell you can just go there and be like, hey, in the next 20 years, this is where I want to see myself, and they'll give you the plan.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you got to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
People won't even do that. I don't know why. I don't know why people just lack a lot of initiative and drive. They want everything handed to them on a plate. So when I see that, that's an automatic turn off.
Yeah.
Right.
Like someone will hit me and be like, hey, teach me something. And I'll point in the right direction. And if they won't even take that step, I'll be like, don't even hit me ever again.
Yeah.
Like, to me, you got to learn the basics for us to even have a conversation.
Yeah.
You're not going to understand the jargon. You're not going to know anything I'm talking
right,
about.
right.
So if I say, oh, well, okay, I think you start with an ETF that's attached to an index, you know.
Yeah, you want to
like,
know what you said behind.
But you gotta come knowing because I feel like when you want to invest and you want to know something, you gotta do your own
You
research.
got to.
So I'm
Of
not gonna come
course.
to you ignorant. I'm gonna come to you. This is what I know.
Man.
Now help me fill in the gaps.
I had a friend, he's like, he played basketball growing. He's like really good in basketball. He hit me and like, yo, I've been thinking about fooling with stocks, yo. You should help me. I said, imagine someone coming to you and said, I've been thinking about fooling with basketball. You should teach me. What would you say?
Yeah.
He said, I wouldn't give him my time. I said, exactly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't give your time
Yeah.
to teach them basketball, and that ain't even what you make money off
Right.
of.
Yeah.
I make money off of this.
Yeah.
Why would you think I would give my time up to you for something that you might or might not even do?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I used to do that for years. 2-3 years, people would hit me up. I would tell them, hey, do this, buy this, do this. And then year go by, 2 years go by. Hey, did you ever, like, it's smack. I'm killing off of this. Did you do it? Oh, nah. I was thinking about it. I'll look at the math. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still thinking?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, like, I kind of just move solo.
Yeah.
Just move solo, man. I try to help so many people. And I still would, because I kind of can decipher who's serious and who's not. Like, it took a lot of time before I could figure out, like, who's real and who's fake.
Yeah.
First, I just was so altruistic. I just wanted to help everybody, but it was hurting me. Like, it was taking too much of my time, and it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah.
So, even some people, I hit them with, they like, yo, teach me. I'm like, $200 an hour. They're like, all right. And I'm like, yo, I got you for free, yo. I just want to see if you was for real.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Because it's a process that.
Yeah. Man, and sometimes if you give stuff to people for free, they don't respect it.
That is so
They don't respect
crazy.
it. Make them pay.
Yeah.
Cause, for several reasons. They won't respect the information because it's free, and they'll do more work if they paid for it. They ain't going to just be like, I got it for free. I don't know. They paid $1,000 for the information. They ain't going to let the information go to waste. And if they do, I don't care. I got $1,000 for my time.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, people don't respect free stuff. Like, and I don't know why we live in a society of negativity. Like, when the pandemic first started, I posted how people can get $1,000 free from the SBA. I swear, it might have got shared 2 times. And somebody I know that got in trouble at the same time on a car lot, and someone posted it, and I seen it shared 700 times, and I was like, wow. So y'all are more invested in someone else's life and getting in trouble than getting a free $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nutty.
That's crazy.
I'm serious. No one even shared. I'm like, this is a free $1,000.
You know, it's funny because I see it. You know, and I'm not. And I watch podcasts on like the Wall Street guy that do investments on Wall Street. I watch certain podcasts, and I read certain business books where it talks about stocks and like long term.
You ever see the Wall Street Trapper?
Yeah, that's I watch him. Yeah,
I like him. Oh, me and him go at it.
So listen.
I'm gonna show you.
So
I got some. Me and him go ahead. Go ahead.
So so when you post it, I see it. I recognize. I know you're for real. I know you're serious. I know that you know what you're talking about. But I think to people, it's like foreign language, so to say.
I mean,
I
don't know. I mean, you don't even need to learn all the stuff I'm doing. Like, you can keep it. What is it? Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. I told you can go to a brokerage like Edward Jones or Charles Schwab.
That's too much.
You can't do nothing.
That's too much initiative.
Yo, you ain't got to do that. I'm gonna say this: you can open up an account, Ameritrade, Fidelity, Vanguard online, and you can call the people, and they'll walk you through everything. They'll help you invest everything. You can just give them your money. And I know people don't want to do that, but there was called fiduciary, which means that they have to operate in your best interest. And that's another thing. A lot of people that are insurance salesmen / financial advisors, they're not really financial advisors. They're selling products.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't really want to fool with them. You want a fiduciary. They're going to, like, if they're non-fiduciary, that means they're not looking out for your best interest. They're lying. They're trying to make money.
Okay.
The other people, they got millions and billions that they're managing. Your little bit of money.
Yeah.
They're just going to get a percentage of that money. They're going to throw it in the pot, get a percentage, and they're cool with it. But the individual person, they're trying to get you to buy the insurance that they make the most off of.
So let me ask you this. Have you got, what's one piece of advice that you can share with the listeners? One piece of advice that you will give?
One piece of advice that I would give. Ooh, man, that's a good question. I don't even have. Be real with yourself.
Okay.
And I say that because that helped me. Like, I learned how much I lied to myself. And I learned that from gambling. But I learned it in so many other aspects too. Like be real with yourself. Know your potential, know your limits, know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Be real with yourself. Not saying you can't improve on things, but certain stuff This is not your forte.
Yes.
Outsource it to somebody, delegate it to somebody. Be real with yourself.
Yes.
And I used to lie to myself about a lot of stuff. Like in gambling, I'm like, oh yeah, one more hand.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
Never.
Yo, what was I? I'm trying to think. Was it dice?
What?
Or were you playing cards?
We're in the barbershop.
Yeah, what was it? What was it called?
Probably dice.
Yeah,
I don't really like cards.
I remember the era of dice. I remember it all.
Yeah, I used dice all day.
Dice.
Oh man, I should go all around town. I'm glad the casinos. I'm glad I found a casino because that life was dangerous.
Yeah,
that was dangerous.
Yeah, I remember.
Now I can go get a bet any amount I want,
it turns into
anytime.
a
I got to
nice
worry
game.
about
the
I gotta
whole
worry
hood.
about-
It be a south
Oh, my
side,
God.
uptown, hall.
Yes.
I'm like, it used to be so crazy.
Yo.
It used to be crazy.
That's that. See, I think that doing like I used to shoot dice as a team for a lot of money, and I think that helps me now. Now, like the money doesn't seem like nothing. It's just
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's just a
Can't
byproduct.
chase it. Yeah.
It's just a byproduct of what you really like to
Right.
do.
Yes.
That's facts.
It's just like to me, once my necessities is paid for, everything else is icing on the cake. Like
Mhm.
I don't really care about money for real like that. Besides having freedom and having stuff to do, like the more I get, I like to do stuff for people. I know I don't like. I just like to look out. So it's more. Of, people say money doesn't buy happiness. I don't agree because if you have a lot of money, you can do for a lot of
Right,
people.
right.
I think that will make you very happy.
Yes,
Making all these, doing all this stuff for a lot of people that will make you very happy.
Yeah.
And mindset's everything. I want to bring that up because it's almost Christmas time, and I remember seeing Christmas where people like paid off Walmart layaways,
Yeah.
and I would see people online like, "Oh, next Christmas, I want to throw a bunch of stuff on there."
Like,
That
come
pisses
on.
me off.
Come
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Because I'm
that's
like,
crazy.
yo, you making reservations to be broke next year already.
Yeah.
Why ain't you
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
next year? I want to be the one to be able to take everybody's
Yeah.
shit off a layaway.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you should be thinking, because then you'll be bringing that in. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah,
be
that
you'll be
energy,
moving in
yes.
that direction,
Yes,
right.
trying to figure it out.
Yes, that's a lack mindset.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put on a big
Yeah.
screen TV
Like,
next
yeah.
year, get a big
That
screen
just sounds
TV
so
for
broke
free.
right there.
You know, it's
That
crazy
sounds
because they
broke
pass
as
that
hell.
type of mindset down to their children.
And it's funny you
And
say
that's
that.
who's running
I
this
talk
shit.
about
It's
so much around my son.
crazy.
Oh my God,
It's
yo!
crazy.
I know. I hope my son is taking heed, bro.
I think he is.
I don't know. I
They
don't know.
always
He might
do
not
so.
show
I don't
up.
know. I'm gonna say why I don't know, and yeah, I'm gonna say it like this. It's like, believe it or not, I think we're products of coming up in a rougher time.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
We didn't get everything handed to
Yes.
us, and that made us better
Yeah.
for real.
Mhm.
My son has a lot of stuff handed to him,
Yeah.
and I'm worried if that's hurting him.
Right.
Seriously, I mean, I know like he's experienced and exposed to a lot more than me and probably kids his age, but I'm still concerned because like I feel like he thinks that I'm going to take care of him for the rest of his life or
Okay.
something, and I kind of tell him that. Like I mean, like I started a company and it's both our middle names, and I'm like, yeah, you know, this is. Everything I do, I tell you, everything I do is
Right.
for you, you know? So
Right.
whatever I have is yours.
Right.
So I think he thinks,
Put the brakes on.
yeah, I'm good. And, I mean, he is good, but he ain't. Because
Right.
I tell him, like, yo, like, if you ain't doing nothing, I ain't giving you anything.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
You, like, my son does comedy and music. So I'm like, yo, if you want to do comedy, you working on it, you doing your thing, and it's just not, like, paying your bills, I got you. But if you laying around, chilling, playing
Yeah.
video games and not
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
nothing,
you gotta be working on your craft.
oh, you're a bum. Yeah, I don't even care. I was like, you be on the side. I'll beat butt you and everything. Like I'll tell you straight like that. I don't know. I probably would do that. I'm tough like that.
Right.
I might leave him outside because I'm like, yo, you had all these advantages, bro. All these advantages. Like my son, like I want a DJ. I'll buy the stuff.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Let them
It's
try
like-
every little thing they want. Yeah,
Yeah, my
absolutely.
mom didn't do that.
Yeah.
I wanted a DJ.
Yeah,
you better go
I traded
get
my
some
Genesis
music.
and
Yeah,
Madden
we
and my
gotta find a
video.
way to- yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta find a way to
you
get
better
through
I
it.
had to give
figure
up
it
my
out.
video games.
Yeah, we have to
I tell
find-
my son, I'm like, yo, you got
Steal
every
the
gaming
equipment.
system. Huh?
Still the
Oh
equipment.
gosh.
Would you?
We had still the equipment. We DJ though. We
We're going to
somebody
one way or
gonna
another.
listen. That's how it was, baby.
I had to trade. I'm like, man,
So, yeah.
I couldn't have a video game.
Right.
All this. And he just thinks it's sweet. And another thing I don't think he's taking heed to is like he was like 8 and I was doing my real estate deals, I would take him with me and he had no interest. And but I still wanted the program. I wanted him to see white people working for me. So I would tell him, like, yo, dude, he worked for you. Pay him. I would want him to see that. And I know he grew up with a black president. He sees life totally different than me.
Mhm.
Like, I grew up kind of idolizing
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know nothing about Ronald Reagan.
Now
Now
find out now, yeah.
Right.
Now, yeah.
So, like, he's very wise when it comes to life and especially our culture. Like, He's really old school. I'm amazed. I'm amazed with his insight in life. And
I want to get this question.
All right, go ahead.
Real quick.
Yeah, because I'm rambling.
We about to run on time. What 3 books would you recommend?
All right. See, if you like to travel and you want to make money, I would say the Nomad Capitalist. I like a book. See, I don't remember authors. I'm terrible with names. I'm good with numbers. Die with Zero is a good book.
Okay, I heard of that.
You heard? It's really good, yo.
Okay.
It's a really good book. I wish I could even talk about that book. Die with Zero, Nomad Capitalist. Everybody talk about the same Napoleon Hill.
We can talk about. I'm gonna read it. And then
All right.
we can bust it up.
Everybody the same old Think and Grow Rich. Any Robert Kiyosaki books. Those are good. Let me see. Depends. Like I'm talking about all money books, but just like life.
Just in general, if you can give
Yeah,
me. So
it's
you
a
gave
good
me
book.
books, financial, and Think and Grow Rich is a good book. If people want to start
Yeah.
reading, and you need something that's going to keep your attention, that is a great book.
I'm trying to think. I read so
Give me something
much.
on the.
I know. I'm trying to think of something because, like, I read so many books.
That's
I don't know,
good. Yeah.
and I can't even come up with any. That's terrible. Like I haven't sent people books. What's the Robert Greene book? I can't remember.
Which
the
one?
name.
The 50,
Yeah.
So we have Mastery, we have Seduction, we have 48 Laws of Power, we have the 50th Law of Power. Yeah, he's one of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
I read.
See, that's crazy. I remember the author at that
Yeah.
time.
Because he's big on history and big on,
I can't even think. Enough. I don't know why.
Man, you gave, I think you gave 3.
Yeah, you gave more than 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
You
know,
definitely-
but they were all money focused, and like I wanted to be more like I read like a lot of Buddhism stuff.
Yeah, I like,
Yeah,
yeah. So you like to meditate and.
yeah, like
Yeah.
oh my god,
Okay.
yeah.
See, we run out of time. See, we. That's my area. So we definitely.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. So So before we wrap up, right? Tell us one thing that you want people to remember about you.
Fearless, caring. You said one thing. I'm
I mean,
fearless.
no.
Fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless.
Caring.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I just love black people for real. I love our culture. I want us to do better. I just
100%.
I just want us to do better. I want us
Yeah.
to win it. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, because this is history. History is cyclical. So black people were winning in the past. Then the Asians came. Or each dynasty, everybody has their run.
Right,
so
right.
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So.
And if I can play any part in it, that's what I want to be.
Listen, I
remembered
be
by.
tuned in, bro. I be listening.
Yo, I appreciate that. That keeps me motivated because a lot of people, I think, just like,
Listen.
I only need one person to tell me, yo.
Listen, I'll be listening.
Word. That's it. That's all you need is one. That's it.
It's a whole way
I hear what you're talking
that you
about.
on the preparation, the mental, like the verbiage. When I see people talking a certain language, that's a certain language. That's a certain things you know. So when I see that, I'm like, yo, that's my language right there. I'm dialed in. I see it. I scroll by some people stop. Oh wait,
Right.
And it draws me in. So I definitely appreciate you for being who you are and having that freedom and carrying that energy. And anybody that's against that, like, they're against themselves, because if you don't see the silver lining in the information that you share, regardless of how they might perceive you to be or how they might, that's something they got to check with
Right,
themselves.
right.
You know, people, we mostly hate what we want to see from somebody in ourselves. So I just say keep showing up, bro, and keep spreading the word, keep telling knowledge, and we listening.
I just want to say thanks for the invite. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'll get invited on a podcast. People ask me to even have one, and I'm just, like I said, it just seems like work to me.
Yeah.
And I'm
Listen, it is.
yeah, I'll be like, I don't want to work. I want to invest in y'all podcast though.
I help you out.
Yeah.
Right now, coming on here was investing in our podcast.
Yes, very much.
I appreciate the invite for real.
This was
Straight up, I
dope.
respect you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Like, look, even when you was on workout, I told you like, yeah, I didn't want to waste your time. I ain't
Yeah, but
serious.
you still came though.
Yeah. But if I ain't serious about something, I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
waste your time, bro.
Right.
And I wish other people would keep it real too. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I ain't serious. I ain't gonna waste your time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because time is very important to me. Yo.
Yes,
That's-
absolutely. Can't get
So I'll wrap it on that.
Yep.
Man, this was
Sir.
an awesome episode of Quit the Cat podcast. We thank Mr. Robert Williams or Webb Williams. I apologize.
That's good.
So we thank you. Worldwide Web. That's what I like. I like Web De Niro. I thought that was hard. I said, "Oh, let me go to this page." Web De Niro. Listen, we thank you for this interview, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't know nothing about him when I got in here. I feel like a little bit more enlightened now, and I appreciate you. It was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Likewise.
You know what I mean? My bad. But thank you for joining
Yes,
Quit
sir.
the Cat podcast. It's your boy BP alongside the Bishop.
Yes,
We
sir.
had Robert Williams Webb. I said that right?
Yeah. Web De Niro, World Wide Web.
All
There
that.
we go.
Yo, Howard, peace. Peace to the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat podcast.